my name's Diane Appleyard. I work for the National Allotment Society, and here we have a few allotment management tips. What should you do if a group of your residents ask you to look at providing an allotment site? There's quite a few aspects to this. People have a right under the Smallholding and Allotments Act to ask you to consider providing them with an allotment site so they can garden and produce food. It's your duty to look at this, but there's no time scale. The National Allotment Society guidance is that an authority would need 20 plots for every 1,000 households. You can acquire the land several ways, by leasing or buying. The county or district council can acquire the land for you through compulsory hiring or compulsory purchase. And another thing that the society are really keen on is to make allotments a planning condition when new developments take place, and that those aspirations are included in your neighbourhood plans. The money comes through Community Infrastructure Levy or Section 106. And if you've got a neighbourhood plan, you will get access to a larger percentage of those funds, 25% rather than the 15% if you've got no neighbourhood plan. Do you need planning permission for allotments? It's generally believed that no, you don't, if it was being used as agriculture, but you may be thinking about communal huts, toilets, mobile buildings, car parking facilities, and for those you do need to talk to the planning authority because you may need permission. One option for finding a site, for providing a site, is by working together. One of our representatives in the Southwest has created 70 new sites by joining with a group of plot holders, canvassing local landowners and creating temporary sites. These are sites that are not protected by the legislation, and our representatives can offer you support with this, with forming an association and getting the site off the ground. So once you've found the land and you've got people eager to grow, what other facilities should you provide? Well, the minimum obligation is just to provide the land, and it could be a field full of turf, but most authorities go further, provide a quality service, which also means you're more likely to have a successful site. So the basics to think about are access for everybody, including disabled tenants, an accessible water supply, and fences and hedges to provide security against vandalism. But you need to balance that out with having the site being part of the community. A couple of things to watch out for in facilities is that if you've got water infrastructure, it needs to comply with water fittings regulations. Button tops and water troughs will help you to do this. And if your plot holders decide to compost together, well, that's a regulated activity and needs a T23 exemption certificate. What benefits could come from the plot holders forming an association? Well, that's something again that we work around a lot, and it can have many advantages. You can access external funding through grants and the lottery for additional facilities such as compost toilets and communal buildings. And also many associations take on some aspect of site management, such as letting the plot, supervising cultivation, and some lease the site from the authority altogether. And what paperwork and information should you make available to your tenants? Well, good communication and clear policies helps plot holders to understand what's expected of them and also avoids future conflict. You need a website. You should provide tenants with a tenancy agreement and rules. You will need a waiting list and a waiting list policy, and then policies around different things like bonfires, bee or hen keeping. And we have templates for our members. And what wider benefits could the site have for the local community? Well, many sites become community assets, and some have registered as so under the Localism Act, and that's given them some extra protection. They become community hubs. They give access to learning and companionship for local residents. They're used by groups such as school children or people who need therapeutic horticulture. And finally, the allotment show can become an important part of village life. Done.